in just over an hour, I'm going to be taking this top off. And I'm going to be posing for a photo shoot to see how close my body has gotten to looking like Hugh Jackman in Wolverine. To give you some indication, just a few months ago, I looked like this. So it's been a huge journey, and you're about to see what that journey looked like. I was 14 years old when I saw X-Men Last Stand, and it got in my head that one day I wanted to look like Wolverine. You see, I've been a kind music theatre kid, movie and pop culture lover, had sideburns and a hairy chest, and naturally, Hugh Jackman is someone I've always wanted to be like. I have always been on stages, been doing amazing things, but never have I gotten in shape enough to look remotely like him in these movies. As the years went on, I got married and I kept picking up weight and was getting further and further from that goal, and it became more of a wish. Well, no more. Now I'm attempting something crazy. I'm going to have the body of Wolverine, and I'm going to try and do it in 6 months. This journey started at a low point. I can actually tell you the exact moment. My wife and I flew to Amsterdam for business, and I had a podcast interview with the really cool Ferdy Korpershoek. We'd been having fun in Amsterdam. You probably know what that means. Ate way too many meals after having the munchies, and I remember looking at the footage of myself after the interview and thinking, what on earth have you done, Alessandro? That is when my wife actually said, let's get personal trainers. Enter Anthony and Olivia. I started working with Anthony, and my wife started working with his partner, Olivia. We began our journey. I remember telling Anthony that I wanted to look like Wolverine and not really believing that I would ever get there. But to my surprise, he said, in his French accent, I think we can do it. So I began. Starting point, 92.2 kilos. At first, it was all about diet. I'm talking no carbs, strict eating. After 4 days, that water weight shed off me. I'm talking Thursday to Sunday, a drop of 1.4 kilos. Then Anthony got me to start training. And for a guy who hated the gym, I started to love it. Week after week, that average weight just went down. Then, for the next month, I plateaued a little bit. This was disheartening, but Anthony told me to just keep at it. He suggested I add in a fast day. The next week, 76. Boom. Plateau broken. Which brings me to today, 75.5. My lowest ever. So this is the result of all the fat loss. That was 5 months in. Now, I made it look easy, but it wasn't that easy, quote unquote. The biggest thing, it was mostly done with tight eating, like really tight eating. And the first 5 kilos that I lost, I never saw the inside of a gym. It was just food. And the main thing I have to say is like your kitchen scale, this guy, this is your biggest friend. This thing I use every single day. And for me, you know, my savory meal is like chicken and salad. 200 grams of like tomatoes, cucumber, touch of balsamic vinegar, and 180 grams of chicken with one fat sauce. A fat sauce might be like hummus. And the hummus is 40 grams. I've gotten so good at measuring out 40 grams, did that one go, and I was like, that's about 40 grams. That's the level of attention to detail that's needed. So, we are genuinely into a new phase with this whole thing. I'm sitting at my lowest weight, and I've been at my lowest weight now for like 3 weeks, up and down. Up and down. Do you know what the one thing that's stopping me from getting anywhere further? Emotional discipline. This emotional eating, this emotional control switch that I've needed to learn, I don't think I've gotten there yet. I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Like it's one of those things that I think I'm growing with, I'm learning, and I love that this journey has highlighted this for me. But I've really worked out that there's something within me that has this need to consume. These are the things stopping me right now. Sometimes then I have a little bit too much almond mousse. Sometimes I grab a piece of sugar-free chocolate. Sometimes I have oat milk. Yes, I have it in my plan, but only when I exercise. And sometimes I just don't even calculate it. I just pour it into coffee because I want a nice coffee. So I think the way to get past this emotional cheating on my plan, essentially, is essentially remember why I'm doing it. And I think it always comes down to one word: the purpose. Purpose. What's the purpose of doing this? What's the purpose of doing this? Well, I want to achieve a goal. So I'm still on track in terms of achieving the goal, but I'm not going to achieve it in 6 months. Today we're at the end of 6 months. Now, you can see there's like, literally I can start to see, I think it's like a 4-pack at the moment. I think these are quite defined. Body's looking not bad, right? But I'm not Wolverine yet. And again, I know it's not like, people probably like, oh my gosh, you've done so well, why don't you just stop? I think that's been my problem my whole life. Oh my God, you've done so well, I just stop. I don't want to do that anymore. I have a goal, I want to actually achieve it. I want to get to the end of it. So, there is a cost for this emotional eating, for this extra stuff that I've been doing. Anthony thinks we need another month. All right, this is fast day, but before training.
He does in the photo, he does like this slide. No, he goes, got this round, but don't pull your like
pecs.
It's not about sucking it in, it's more like and that's your, oh Jesus Christ, your chest.
I think this side's better for me, right? The light. So I'm there. Now I'm there. That actually helps a lot. Now what does he do with his head? Which does this? So of course, the moment that we've all been waiting for, here are the photos side by side with Hugh Jackman. But before we get to Hugh Jackman, let's just have a look at some of the other photos that came in here. I decided to do this photo shoot literally just in the kitchen. I was trying to pump up after the gym, and it was already going to be a quick drive straight from the gym, straight to home, and then straight in front of the photo shoot. But the other thing is, I have the ability to turn photos like this into studio-looking photos, just with a little bit of generative AI add in the backgrounds of the images. And it also is kind of fitting for me because of so many different times that I stood under this kitchen light just to have a look at my progress with that nice harsh top lighting. But anyway, I digress. Here is my side-by-side comparison with Hugh Jackman. So first things first, I'll notice I probably should have done some tanning, maybe some oil, maybe some extra fake blood on the sides of my arms. But in the end, I'm very proud of the effort of these last 7 months. But really something hit me around month 5, month 6. This has nothing to do with Hugh Jackman. This has to do with me becoming a new person. It feels as if I am just becoming me for the first time. So in the end, I didn't succeed in looking like Wolverine in 6 months. But I really don't care about that goal. Really don't. It's so much more important for me to live a healthy life. And this challenge has changed me
from inside and out. But of course, if you know me, you'll know there's only one question in my mind. What's next?
I'm done. But it's a lifestyle. The lifestyle isn't done.